All right, you know what time it is. We're gonna talk about brand new fragrances. This is your first impressions haul, August 2025. I've got 8 designers and 4 niches to share with you. Some of these promise to be great because of the brands and the releases themselves. So get comfortable, stick around. The 12 brand new releases 2025 are up next. Welcome back to another video. MaxChat here. If you do like to make a great and lasting impression, you already know that smelling good is a great way to start. As we always do here on the channel with these impressions haul videos, I'm going to crack open 12 fragrances and give you guys my first thoughts and impressions to let you know what I think about them on a first impression standpoint, if they're worth your time and money. And of course, we're going to start with ladies first. This is a brand new from the Gucci Floral collection. This is called Gucci Floral Gorgeous Gardenia Intense. Long name. This is ladies first, of course. This is going to be more of a floral, collection that they have. This is going to be their Intense 2025 edition. I think there's a few floral fragrances within this particular collection from Gucci. Of course, a more feminine leaning forward collection. Nice sprayer, really, really nice. Okay, and this is actually very, very pleasant. I get a very nice woody floral musk kind of a feel here. There is sort of a fruity note here that I'm thinking it's going to be almost like a cherry lychee kind of a vibe, reminiscing and reminding me a little bit of Delina. It's going to be in the same wheelhouse. It's not a clone of Delina, I have to say. However, it is quite similar. I do get a boozy note here that's not listed as a note. There's only mandarin, hedione, gardenia, and sandalwood that are listed. But of course, there's a lot more going on here. I also get a patchouli note here. This is quite nice, very sensual. I do think a lady would smell absolutely gorgeous with the fragrance. And the gardenia note here is, of course, very nice, very creamy along with that sandalwood. This is a great woody floral musk, fruity and ambery as well. And again, I do get a very nice, almost smoky patchouli here. This is a good one. I'm not one for feminine scents, but I have to tell you, I would actually wear this myself. This gets a thumbs up. Pretty good, worth checking out. Next one here is going to be a back-to-back. There's a masculine and a feminine version of this fragrance. It's going to be the Queen and King from Dolce & Gabbana. This is their Parfum edition, and the notes are actually right in the back here behind the boxes. The Queen's one is candied cherry, jasmine, and vanilla. Like, we don't need another cherry fragrance, right? We don't have enough cherry fragrances in the market. And the masculine one is licorice, caramelized fig, and sandalwood. Again, we don't need, actually, we do need another fig-based fragrance, of course. We don't have enough in the market. Anyway, let's check the ladies first. Let's go with Queens. The note breakdown is usually always very limited, as they try to simplify things to make things a little bit easier to take in. But of course, there's always a lot more going on. There's no really fragrance out there that's only comprised of 1 or 2 notes, or 3 for that matter. This is the Queen, really cool bottle, chic. It's got the Queen's crown there. Let's take it for a test drive. Nice sprayers you can expect with Dolce & Gabbana, one of the best ones from the designer game. This is not magnetic cap, by the way. And of course, the cherry here, along with the creamy sandalwood, gives you almost like an almond marzipan candies kind of a, feel here. This is actually quite nice. I do enjoy this one. This is something that, again, I would actually wear myself. It's more of an almond feel than a cherry feel per se. It's not a cheap cherry, shampoo kind of a vibe here. It's actually a very sophisticated cherry vibe, along with that sandalwood and vanilla. Very creamy, gourmand-like with that marzipan feel. This is a very, very sensual scent, guys. I do enjoy this one a lot. And I have to say, one of the best feminine releases of the year so far. Definitely worth checking out. Do enjoy this one here. There's also a semi-smoky feel here. Perhaps there's a slightly vetiver in the base as well. And again, even though it's more of a quote-unquote feminine release, I do think a guy could pull this off very nicely. I do like the cherry, vanilla, jasmine, sandalwood vibe that you're getting here. This is actually very, very nice. I like it even more than the Gucci Floral Gardenia Intense that I talked about before. So definitely gets a kudos, thumbs up, worth checking out for sure. Now let's check the masculine version. This is going to be, of course, Pour un Parfum, black and silver appointments here on the box. The bottle itself, of course, it's going to be a darker, very deep blue with silver appointments and the beautiful silverish blue crown that it has. Let's take it for a test drive. Really nice sprayer as well. Reminds me of different things that I've tried before. This is not going to be a very unique scent. Again, another fig-based scent. It's got that licorice note. Sometimes licorice can be a note that's very hard to bear. Not the case here. This is actually very well comprised, the licorice note here, only adding some texture, fizziness, and fuzziness, I should say, to the fragrance. The fig here is actually very sweet. There is a caramelized, as it says here, as it, said on the actual box. Caramelized, sweet, semi-gourmand fig note here, almost like a crystallized, dried fruit kind of a fig, along with a little bit of a caramel drizzle, but not overly done. I would really rock this for summertime. I think spring and fall will be the best times for this fragrance. This is a really nice one. Perhaps even if you control your spray, you can rock this all year round. A good one, not great, because again, we have so many different fig-based scents in the market. You just have to try them side by side, see which one you like better. but this is actually a good one. Not really bad at all. Next up here on our unboxing first impressions, I took the cellophane out. This is actually going to be a reboot. Even on the box itself, you have both fragrances, the one from 1998, the original 𝗏𝗄 𝗔𝗏, and now, of course, the Eau de Toilette 2025, which is again a reboot of the original. It's got the zebra, kind of a skin here with the imprint on the box itself. 𝗏𝗄 is a great brand. I do enjoy this brand. I believe it's owned by Shiseido, and I do love their fragrances. And again, this is going to be a reboot of the 1998 𝗏𝗄 𝗔𝗏, which I love. Really minimalist. Love this bottle. Love their concept. I love the minimalist and chic kind of a presence that you get with 𝗏𝗄 fragrances. Let's take this for a test drive. The actual perfumer for this fragrance is none other than Olivier Cresp, which is a master perfumer. So I'm thinking this is going to be a good one. Sprayer is great, of course. Note breakdown, there's a ton of notes here. This is going to be very, very similar to the original 1998 𝗏𝗄 𝗔𝗏. The only difference here that I'm thinking right off the bat here from a first sprayer standpoint is this is going to be a little bit more transparent, not as quote unquote thick, even though that's not a very thick scent, the 1998. It's very transparent, almost like a gin and tonic kind of a vibe, easy to wear. It has some components of old school fougères in there, such as carnation, for example, as a note, but it's something that's very easy to wear, signature scent, not dated at all. It's actually very timeless and classic. Recently, I did a video for you guys talking about old money, quite luxury type scents. 𝗏𝗄 𝗔𝗏 could easily make those lists. This one here can also make that list. Very easy to wear, amazing. I think this is incredible as a signature scent, and I think it's best for spring season. There's a floral aspect about this one that I love. Of course, you have some other notes here like cinnamon. There's a mate tea kind of a note here, which I love. Some spices, guaiac wood, sandalwood, vetiver, and cedar in the base. This is a very nice woody floral kind of a fragrance with a musky kind of an undertone. Really good one here. This gets a huge thumbs up. I am a big fan of the original. This one here also very, very nice. Definitely check it out if you can pick it up at discounters. This is really a no-brainer and something that you could potentially rock as your signature scent. Absolutely fantastic. Now here's a brand that I haven't talked about. I'm sure you guys haven't heard about it in quite a while. This brand is called Elie Saab, and this is a L'Homme fragrance, which is going to be something brand new for 2025. Very excited about this one here, guys, because Elie Saab was a brand that had a quote-unquote private brand of sorts. It had like an amber fragrance, a vetiver fragrance. I think that was number 6 from the collection. I love that particular line that they had, which I do believe it was discontinued. And now they're kind of rebooting the brand with this one here from 2025. This is a 50 ml. Pick this up at discounters. Of course, all fragrances will be listed below with the particular links. And if there's any codes or associated discounts, I'm going to have it down for you to make your life easier. But this is the brand new 2025 Elie Saab L'Homme. I'm very curious because when I looked at the notes look pretty impressive. I do enjoy fragrances that are woody, spicy. This has patchouli, has myrrh in the base, so maybe a little bit of an incensey vibe. Really chic box with the black and gold appointments. I am very curious to try this one, so let's take it for a test drive. The box is nice. The bottle is even nicer. I love bottles that have texture. This has a ribbed kind of a bottle. It says Elie Saab L'Homme in gold. The cap is not magnetic, but it does click into place. You can hold it from the cap. It's not going to fall, which is a good thing. From the notes, like I talked about, it also has vetiver, which I'm a huge fan. So I'm hoping this is going to be really nice spray, a great fragrance to rock, especially now as we move into the fall season. Reminds me of things that I've smelled in the past. I get this very bitter, leathery, violet leaf kind of a note, almost close to Fahrenheit. It has a similar vibe to Fahrenheit from Dior, which I do like, but it also has some other components here that are slightly floral and slightly dark and musky. So this is not a fragrance that I would normally gravitate towards wearing. It has a very floral and bitter kind of an aspect to it, which I'm not really enjoying from the notes. It's only giving you a few notes, like 6 notes, pink pepper, bergamot. It opens up quite spicy, slightly leathery and bitter floral. I'll get a violet note here and a leathery note that are both not listed. And there's also a myrrh and patchouli, vetiver and cedarwood also listed here. So very woody, very bitter, very floral and musky. Smells okay. It's not something that I'm really in love with right now from the first impression. I do have to take it, for a test drive on skin, wear it a few times, at least once, full wearing to give you guys a proper, feel to it. But on the first impression standpoint here on the blotter, this gets an okay, perhaps even a pass. My least favorite from this haul so far. I had high hopes for this one. The bottle looks great. Perhaps it's something that's going to grow on me, but off the bat, it's not really reminding me of anything in particular. It's doing its own thing, which is a good thing, but it's not something that I'm really enjoying from the first impression standpoint. Let's continue this first impression haul. Next up, we're going to talk about a brand new one from Prada. This is Prada Paradigm. Beautiful box, green with silver appointments. I believe there's a female version of this fragrance, and this is going to be the male counterpart. Really cool box, as you can expect with Prada, always quality through and through. In the bottle is going to be of green and dark components. Quite nice with the Prada logo here on the actual cap. The cap is not magnetic, but it does click into place. The bottle has this kind of like emerald green look and cut, like a Princess Emerald cut, which is really nice. And what I'm interested here is the actual smell. So let's take this for a test drive. Really nice sprayers, by the way. It's got three things that I like that I'm smelling here that are gonna be quite familiar to you. This is going to be a fruity floral. Believe it or not, there's a lot of floral masculine fragrances in the market today. This is gonna be another one of them. Floral, fruity, ambery. So if you like fragrances from myself, YSL Myself collection, you're gonna like this one. And there's a lot of brands kind of harping into that territory, that fruity, floral, ambery, woody, musky kind of a scent profile. That's what you're gonna get here. To me, this is a fragrance, kind of a profile that I'm not hugely fond of. I think it leans more feminine for my taste. And I'd like for this to be a little bit woodier, a little darker, a little spicier. Not the case here. It's definitely floral, ambery, musky, definitely leaning more feminine for my taste. It is a nice smelling fragrance. I'm not gonna take it from that. It is really nice smelling, but it's not something that if you follow my journey here for the last 13, 14 years here on YouTube, you know my taste by now. This is not the genre and profile that I do gravitate towards. So it gets an okay for me, borderline pass. I'm gonna actually rock this on skin, at least for one full wearing to see if my mind changes. But from the first stand here, this is going to be a pass for me. It's rather floral and a little bit too feminine for my taste. Second to last designer here is from a brand that really is taking the world by storm. It's a brand that I tried a few months ago towards the beginning of the year, or right around springtime, and it blew my mind with a couple different fragrances that they released up to that point. One called Full House, the other one Wild Card, and there's a couple different ones that I shared with you here on the channel. And the more I dive into this brand, the more it takes my breath away, to the quality of the bottles, to the actual fragrances themselves, the projection, the longevity, and taking a certain scent profile and making it even better. Today we're going to talk about their new one. It's called Game of Spade Bonus. This is from Joe Milano. This is going to be their regular line. Of course, there's a private blend that they have, or a niche collection called Roll It, which I love. But I've gone fun and grew to really appreciate this line because of the, again, projection, how they smell, tremendous compliment factor in all these fragrances. I think the owner is doing a fantastic job, Joey, because he takes these really popular and famous profiles, giving it a nice twist. And this is an American-based brand, and he's doing it fantastic. He's disrupting the market, I'll be honest with you. Quality, incredible heavy caps, beautiful caps at that. The bottles are incredible. The feel of the bottles, the sprayers, beastly sprayers. I mean, the top quality sprayers you can find with the top brands, niche or designer. This guy is doing a fantastic job. This one here, Bonus, is a brand new fragrance. It opens up like a gin and tonic, mojito kind of a vibe, like a sparkly, fizzy summer drink. Absolutely amazing. It's going to be one, again, another home run for this brand. I think it's going to be amazing for compliments. The notes are the notes, right? You got lemon, you got citron, tons of citrus notes, some spicy notes here that you would find on the gin and tonic, basil, a little bit herbaceous, brat seeds, fig leaves. It is absolutely phenomenal. And this, to be honest with you, it's very reminiscent of a very expensive fragrance from LV, and it's Pacific Chill, if you know what I mean. So really nice one, guys. This one gets a huge thumbs up. Amazing. Today's actually a nice warm day. This would be very fitting, but I can see myself rocking this more in a casual setting. You know, t-shirt, of course you can dress this up, but I like this more for casual settings, going out, dates, and of course, spring and summer for sure. Absolutely amazing. Really loving this one here. And I have to say, one of the highlights of this particular first impressions haul so far. Huge thumbs up for this one, guys. Absolutely incredible. The next one I'm about to share with you is a brand new one from Boss. And this line, the Boss bottle, has been extremely crazy. Like, they're releasing 2 to 3 releases per year with this line, and one better than the next. So this one here is Boss Bottled Beyond. This is going to be like a brand new kind of sub-line or sub-genre of the collection, Boss Bottled. And I could definitely see Boss doing another cash cow thing with this one. Boss Bottle Beyond this, Bottle Beyond that, you know, Intense, Parfum, Elixir, so on and so forth. Let's take this one for a test drive. It's going to be a dark box, black and silver appointments. Nothing really to it. It's another Boss Bottled. However, the bottle, when you look at the other Boss Bottled, you know, from the collection, it's going to be a little bit stubbier, and there's going to be a little thicker lip here on the glass itself. Boss right there. You have a little leather, kind of a strip on the actual, you know, collar of the cap. It's not magnetic, but you can't hold it from the cap. It's not going to fall. And the funny thing is, looks like a more elevated kind of a bottle from the Boss bottle. So perhaps their upper echelon collection from the Boss bottle collection. So let's take it for a test drive. Sprays are nice. Very curious. Let's go. This is going to be a sweet, fruity, leathery type scent. So right off the bat, I'm thinking fall, I'm thinking spring, perhaps winter. I don't think it's going to be very thick for the winter season. I think spring and fall are going to be the best seasons for this one. And I also think this is a very elevated scent in the sense that it's going to be, like I said, a fruity, spicy, sweet leather. So it's going to be great for date, romantic settings, going out at night with your boys, your friends, dresser situations. This is really nice. I'll be honest with you, this is the second best one so far from this haul. It's up there with the one I talked about before, Bonus from 𝗏𝗡. This is quite nice. I think people are going to enjoy this one. Again, nothing groundbreaking here, nothing that you haven't tried before. Even has a little bit of nuances and inflections that will kind of remind you of the original Boss bottle from back in the day. Definitely has that, you know, red apple, kind of ambery sweet inflections, but then it has a little darker, patchouli, leathery, kind of a spicy undertone. Really good one, and it's not obnoxious, it's not overly sweet. It's done in a way that's very classy, sophisticated, and definitely, you know, compelling and inviting. So I think this is like Boss really creating another quote-unquote collection within the Boss bottle line. Perhaps their upper echelon, higher level collection from Boss bottle. Gets a thumbs up, really good one, definitely worth checking out. Now, before we hop into the last 4 fragrances of this video, which are going to be the 4 niche, I want to remind you that you could try all fragrances in this video, of course, at perfume.com, the partner of this channel. Check it out. You can use my code MAX15, all details below. The more you try, the more you save. There's also a deals section on the website that you can actually use my code on top of the deals to save even more. Check it out, all details below, and enjoy. And of course, the last 4 here are going to be niche. But before I also talk about these niche fragrances, I want to remind you of Scent Explore. Go check it out, scentexplore.com. It's going to be the international 7th annual International Niche Perfume Convention in New York City, happening from the 4th of December to the 7th. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, New York City at 415 5th Avenue, 36,000 square feet. Amazing. Hundreds of brands, thousands of people. Check out. I don't have to say it anymore. You guys know all about Scent Explore. Sign up, register for the event, sign up before it's too late, of course, to guarantee your Scent Explore gift bag and everything that comes with it. So all details below. I hope to see you there December 4th, 2025. Now let's get into the niche fragrances here. Of course, the first one we're going to talk about here today is going to be Pacific Rock Moss Flower. This is going to be a counterpart of Pacific Rock Moss, which was released, I don't know, by now I think 10 years ago, which I love. It's a very wearable fragrance. A lot of people compare it to the 𝗥𝗿𝗄 kind of a vibe, you know, salty, marine, easy to rock. This is a brand from Australia, of course, and this is going to be their newest flanker from this line, a 2025 release. This is going to be Pacific Rock Moss Flower. Now, from what I hear, guys, this is not going to be at all a feminine fragrance, even though you have flower in the name. I actually heard from people that try this fragrance, it's actually a really nice flanker to the original. And so a lot of people saying that they actually like this one more than the original. I'll be the judge of that. Let's take it for a test drive. Okay, so this is going to be fruity, floral, ambery, and musky. I do get a very nice fruity note here. I'm not sure if it's passion fruit or if it's going to be another fig kind of a fragrance, but there's definitely a fig kind of a vibe here with passion fruit. There's definitely a tropical vibe. I love the bottle, like it goes from gradient pink to bluish green at the base. Very tropical, very fruity, slightly floral, and of course, a little bit ambery. I would rock this myself. From all the fragrances here that I said were leaning more feminine, this one is very shared, very, you know, androgynous, gender-free. I think anybody could rock it, a guy or gal. This is definitely one of those that fits, you know, any kind of occasion and setting. Although I think this is best suited for day wear, but I think you could definitely dress this up or dress it down, however you want to wear it. And definitely something that a guy or a gal could wear. Love the tropical vibe here. Very beachy, almost like a second skin, a little bit musky. This one gets a big thumbs up. Great job from Goldfield & Banks, Pacific Rock Flower. Next up here, we're going to talk about one from the house of Homme & Jane. Their brand new fragrance called Vanilla Mistral. Now, Homme & Jane is a brand from the UK. In another line that's been very, very busy over the last couple of years is Homme & Jane. They've been releasing fragrances, I think, sometimes even more than twice a year, you know, which is incredible. And the good thing about their fragrances, number one, they're very classy, very sophisticated. So even though they're doing more than one release per year, most of their releases are quite impressive. Now, the boxes from Homme & Jane is going to be that classy orange, which is very warm, very energetic with the gold employments. Homme & Jane, London, of course, magnetic flap here. The box sits perfect in the middle. And this particular one, the Vanilla Mistral, is going to be a rather slate or matte finish kind of a bottle. The color itself is this kind of a beige, like a light beige kind of a color with the gold appointments, Orangine, Vanilla Mistral, Eau de Parfum, created in London. Let's take it for a test drive. The last one I had from them was a 𝗏𝗏𝗏 one, which I have done a review for you guys. I actually recorded it, took it for a full actually wearing. The review for that one is coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that one. But today we're going to talk about Vanilla Mistral. Let's take it for a test drive. Really nice broad mist here. And okay, this is not going to be your ordinary vanilla fragrance. This is going to be a very unique take on vanilla. I get very woody bark kind of vanilla feel here. I don't know if there's oud here, but I get a very oudy feel, slightly smoky. Perhaps there's like a patchouli incense kind of a vibe, myrrh. This is really nice. It's very intricate, almost medicinal / animalistic as well. This is not going to be a widely, universally appealing kind of a vanilla. This is going to be a vanilla for the connoisseurs. If you don't like sweet, more of the same syrupy vanillas, gourmand vanillas, you're gonna like this one because this one goes in a different direction. Looking forward to rocking this on skin. Potential, perhaps making my top fall this year, but I would actually like to wear this more in the springtime. It's more of a spring feel altogether, but it gets a thumbs up. This is a good one. Love what they did here. A very unique take on vanilla. Most definitely warrants you to try, and definitely one of the best ones from this haul so far. All right, next one, we're going to talk about a collaboration between Day 3 Fragrances and, of course, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. This is Desert Rain Eau de Parfum. Loving the presentation from Day 3. They have since upgraded a few times. This has like a linen finish. The flap here is magnetic where the bottle sits perfectly. It comes with this beautiful elastic band here, which will of course secure your bottle so it doesn't flip and flop around shipping, doesn't break anything. This is going to be a very nice metal cap, which does hold the bottle in place. You can hold it from the top, beautiful lip. This is going to have a metal plate also that says Desert Rain, Day 3, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, his signature is right there. This is not a signed bottle per se. I believe they had 100 bottles that were actually, the first 100 bottles, of course, were hand signed by 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 himself. So if you're out there and you actually received one of the signed ones, you were a lucky person. So I didn't get one of those. This is just a regular bottle, but it's okay. I'm happy that I got it. So let's take it for a test drive. Beautiful sprayers. I love the presentations. I love the bottles. And of course, most importantly, I love Michael Paul's creations. Every fragrance is definitely, something incredible. And this one, I'm hoping it's going to be a good one. Great to wear around spring and summertime. The season we have right now, early fall, which is coming very soon, late September, fall will start. So I think right now as we transition from summer into fall, springtime, summertime, this will be a great fragrance. Perhaps almost all year round. Really, in the thick of winter, I don't think it's going to be thick enough to go through the special New York winters I get here. But other than that, I think it's a great signature scent. It smells absolutely amazing. It's got this citrus, almost like this petrichor kind of a smell. When the rain hits the pavement and it's, let's say, a very hot day and you get that dark soil smell with the rain hitting the ground, that petrichor kind of a feel. I'm getting that here. I'm thinking there's vetiver here in the base as well. It smells very pleasant. From the opening here, it's something that's really captivating, really pleasant, but not ordinary, not common. It's got this pleasant, familial feel to it that's, calling me like I need to wear this, but it's not more of the same. It doesn't smell like anything else. It's doing its own thing, and I like it. It smells quite nice. Overall, if I had to classify this fragrance, it's a woody fresh or fresh woody leather type of a scent. Looking at the notes, we've got cactus blossom, juniper, so it's got that gin and tonic opening here with the bergamot, some spices, desert rain, there you go, that petrichor feel that I talked about, papayas, green tea, sage, some herbal green nuances for sure, woody notes, which could be a ton of things. There's sandalwood here, I know for sure. I get a vetiver inflection here as well, leather and olibanum. So this is good, guys. This is really nice, quite unique and different from what I was expecting, but it's got this really addictive kind of a smell that I can't stop smelling this strip, and I really look forward to wearing this on skin. Really great job, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Michael Paul. This is quite unique and quite nice, and also addictive at the same time. All right, perhaps the highlight, the one that's going to steal the show here today, brand new fragrance from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. This is the 12th fragrance of this video, the 4th niche. This is from the Opus Library Collection. This is Opus 16 Timber. Now, timber, from what I understand, is going to be a very woody fragrance, a fragrance that combines many woody notes, the frankincense, of course, from Oman. Can't wait to rip this up and give you guys my first impression, so let's get into it. Looking at the box here, as you know, with the fragrances from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, it comes in the sleeve comes off, and you get this beautiful, intricate-looking box. The fragrance will sit perfectly in there, like so. And of course, there's a beautiful note here. Talks about the fragrance, the notes, the inspiration, the perfumer, all that good stuff. And here's the bottle. What you're gonna get is this cement kind of a look with the dark brownish kind of appointments and also gold. So gold, brown, and cement taupe kind of a color, combination. Can't wait to take this for a test drive. Like I said, the notes look incredible. Looks like it's gonna have a ton of spicy, woody notes, which I love. So let's go. Beautiful sprayer. Wow, this is a good one. So this is gonna be very spicy up top. I get almost like a savory oregano kind of a note, much like the note that I get with Interlude Man. That very savory, spicy, kind of a culinary note. I don't think there's cumin in this one here, but definitely get that oregano, spicy and green kind of an opening here. And this opening is gonna be something very daring. Now, I like when 𝗏𝗏 does things like this because this is what 𝗏𝗏 is known for, right? Creation without constraints, uniqueness, pushing the envelope, doing things that are really niche, not ordinary. And I think this fragrance is everything but ordinary. Really intricate here, the opening, absolutely fantastic. From the opening here, the first bat I'm getting spicy, savory, smoky, and really dark, woody notes. It's good, but it's going to be divisive. It's not going to, it's like when I tried Royal Tobacco, and to this day, it's one of the most divisive, polarizing kind of fragrances in the collection. Same thing for this one here, guys. Not going to be for everyone, but if you like daring fragrances, you're going to love this one. Alexis Goujon is the nose, the perfumer behind this fragrance. And looking at the notes, we've got cocoa, we've got cardamom, juniper, pink pepper, and cypress up top. Now, there's not much chocolatey feel going on here. When you're looking at cocoa note as one of the first notes, you're going to think it's going to be gourmandish, sweet. There's nothing like that here. The cocoa here is quite fleeting and almost like the cocoa fruit rather than the actual powder, rather than actually processed chocolatey feel. It's more of the fruity cocoa part. You do have this juniper, astringent, sharp cypress and cardamom feel. It's very spicy, very green up top. The heart, it's talking about fir, lavender, and frankincense. So the frankincense here will add that spicy, smoky, and citrus, camphorous, almost kind of an undertone along with that fir note. The lavender here is nice, but it's more of a green lavender, not a soapy lavender at all. In the base, vanilla, Palo Santo, sandalwood, cedarwood, and patchouli. I'm hoping the development will get things creamier and woodier and a little bit calmer on skin, because up top, it's quite sharp, quite green, herbal, smoky, and daring, really a daring scent, which is great for people that, again, like very unique and, daring and dark kind of scents. It's not overly dark. It's not an abundant, smoky and dark, daring, but it is daring in the sense that it has a lot of green, camphorous, kind of nuances that are a bit sharp and astringent. So not everyone's gonna like this one. I'm hoping that from the mid into the dry down, that Palo Santo, that sandalwood, some of those cooler and calmer notes will make things creamier, still spicy, but a little bit more on the woodier, creamy side, because up top here, it's very green, sharp, and camphorous. It gets an okay for me. I have to try it on skin. Not one of my favorites, I'll be honest with you. There's a lot more 𝗏𝗏 fragrances in my collection that I would definitely gravitate towards before rocking this one. It gets an okay, not a pass. I need to try it on skin. But there you have it, guys. 12 brand new fragrances 2025. I hope you like this video, this haul. Let me know in the comments which fragrances here were the best for you, which ones did you like the most. Myself, I really enjoyed Game of Spade Bonus, definitely one of my favorites here, the top three. I also really enjoyed Boss Bottled Beyond. This was quite nice as well. And I would say my third favorite was definitely this one here, Vanilla Mistral from the House of Ormonde. Those are my top three favorites from this haul. Let me know which ones sound most interesting. Let me know your comments down below, which fragrances, brand new 2025 fragrances, were your favorites so far, and which other 2025 releases you guys are looking forward, that you heard of, that you can't wait to try. And of course, I'll bring it forth here and share with you here on the channel. Guys, thank you so much for your support. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell, so you guys get more of these videos straight into your feed. And of course, I'll see you guys right here in the next video coming up very soon. Smell great, be nice to people, work hard, and I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Take care.